A lot of people come into this business because of the product, because system is good, because compensation is high, because this and that. But if you and I, we are able to go past beyond these conditions, meaning to say it's no longer about what you can offer, it's no longer just about money, it's no longer just about profitability. Now when you are able to learn how to make people follow you, how to attract people who want to follow you and be with you and work with you because of who you are as a person, no longer as what you can offer. That is the pinnacle of leadership. And I really hope that in this lifetime, you will find a leader who is in the pinnacle of leadership. It's not me. I don't know with you, but I have found mine. Initially, when I joined Reway 9 years ago, it's because I want to become successful, because I want to be beautiful, it's because I want to earn money. But now, I am here and I am staying no longer because of these reasons. I have been here for 9 years now, and I plan to do it for another 9, another 18 years, another 36 years. It's because I follow the pinnacle of leadership, and that is Mr. Limbon Ho. Pwede bang palakpakan natin si boss? I follow him so much that I like to manifest a lot. This is how much I want to follow him. Reway Magazine, the pinnacle of success. Okay? Featuring Limbon Ho and Draco's Seat of Honor, Faith Adams. This is how much I want to follow him. So you see, I have very high standards of leadership, and until I reach that level of influence, only then that I can call myself a successful person. I seldom take photos with people, not even the boss. Not so much. I don't like chasing after people. Hey, take a photo, take a photo. I don't like it that much. What I want is for one day for boss to call me, hey Faith, can I take a photo with you? And that's when I can. So if you ask me to define what success in Reway means, it means the boss will call me one of these days, or maybe in a few years' time, because very high, oh, Draco. Give me some time, boss. Give me some time. I will get there. He will call me, and then when I see his name on the phone, and when I see his name on my screen, I will not answer immediately. Yeah. Because I am not easy to get. I am a person of value. I am Draco by then. Right? So he rings the phone. Let it end. Okay, on the second try, of course, I respect him so much, then I will answer. Boss, I'm in the middle of something. Is it something urgent, important? And then he will start to hesitate. Is it a good time? Okay, yes, I can find. So that by the time he feels like he owes me something, right? Okay, can I borrow your face? Can you be on the magazine with me? Just you and me. And only then I am the most successful person inside you. And I really hope that in this lifetime, you will find your pinnacle of leadership, and I hope that in this lifetime, you can also have leaders who are willing to follow you, no longer because of the position or the money or the bribery that you can offer. It's because of who you are as a person, of how you have touched them, of how you have shaped them. And I hope that you find at least two. At least two. Why? Because if it's only one person, you don't earn development bonus. So it has to be at least two. You earn referral bonus, you earn development bonus, and you earn matching bonus. Okay? Can we all give ourselves a round of applause? At least two. Boss has many. Okay, for us, starting at least two people. Okay? So now, we try to attract people, we try to entice people. In fact, a lot of us are so good at, Raymond would always call it giving birth. No? Especially for Filipinos, maybe including myself. We are so good at giving birth, but we do not know how to raise children. Meaning to say that we are so good at enticing people to come. Product is so good. Even if you're about to die, you will rise again from the dead. We say all sorts of things. Right? The marketing plan is so good. Riway is willing to lose in order for you to earn, right, Filipinos? You say all sorts of things. We are so good at making people come. But the real challenge lies on how to make people stay. So how to make people stay and how to treat our people once we start building our organization, okay, lies in the 5 principles, which you can actually also find inside the new distributors orientation. So people would always tell us, do not follow blindly. Have you heard of that? You have to learn how to think for yourself. But you know what? If there is one thing that you can actually follow blindly, it is actually the new distributors orientation. You can follow it blindly. Meaning, no need to ask. Don't question. Don't interrogate. Don't analyze. Just simply follow. My failure in the past 9 years, this is my biggest failure, is that I never learned in one, in a snap. Meaning to say, I have to really go through it, and I have to bump myself first, and I have to bleed first, and I have to get hurt first, and then I learn. So please don't be like me. Is that okay? Don't be like me, meaning to say, that the new distributors orientation, see, there's a lot of people who came before us. Meaning to say that none of the problems that we are going through right now, that they have not already solved. Lahat ng pinagdadaanan natin, napagdaanan na nila. Lahat ng problema natin, nasulbad na nila. And so who are we to question? The new distributors orientation is a compilation of what to do and what not to do. The new distributors orientation is actually a shortcut for us to become successful easier and way faster than the people who came before us. Are you with me? Yeah. And so, first principle is don't pass down negativity. Don't pass down negativity very easy. Because as leaders, if you position yourself now as a leader, we have to remain that posture. Can you say the word posture? And by posture, I don't mean, the spinal column, the back posture. When I say posture, okay, it is the gap between you and your leader. The gap that makes him respect you, the gap that makes him trust you, the gap that makes him want to follow you. It's called the posture. And posture, without saying anything, posture is that invisible message that tells your people, okay, you know what? I value you, but with or without you, I can become successful. You know what? I want you to become successful, but whether you do it or not, I will do it. Posture means, with or without you, you can achieve success. With or without you, I will do it. Posture is, I don't rely on you. I don't depend on you solely. Okay, do we get it? So when we are too negative, meaning to say negative emotions, and everything that we talk about is just negative, what happens is that the gap is now slowly, okay, lumiliit yung gap between the leader and the one who's following. And when the gap becomes lesser and lesser and lesser, what happens is it breeds so much disrespect. It breeds so much distrust. And when people don't respect you, when people don't see your value, what? They start to act like your income depends on them. And they start to make demands. And now you as a leader, it's so hard to leave that situation because now you will have to appease those leaders all the time. When we talk about negativity, it's not just about grumbling, it's not just about complaining. Please do not mistaken vulnerability, okay, with negativity or with closeness. Meaning to say, it's okay to be vulnerable. But there is an intention when you want to become vulnerable. It's because you want people to relate with you. It's because you want them to know that you know their struggles, right? But when you start to become too vulnerable, thinking that by saying all of of your problems, your marital problems, your money problems, all of these problems, it's not making you friends. Vulnerability does not equate to closeness. Are we following? So, remain that posture all the time, with or without you. I can be successful. But I would rather be successful with you than with anyone else. Can we do that? The second principle is what we call, discuss new ideas with uplines. Meaning to say, new ideas upward. Okay, and it's not, do not take it too literally, like really discussing, because inside WeWay, the system is already there. We have already an 18-year-old system that all we need to do is simply follow and duplicate. When we talk about think of ideas upwards, it means to seek answers. It means that to be able to really be successful inside WeWay, to treat people, to treat this business rather, is to never rely on our old ways of thinking, to never rely on our old ways of doing things. And this is very common among Filipinos. You know what, Faith? There's no need for me to attend the NDO. There's no need for me to do the LTS because I have already been in the multi-level marketing industry even before you were born. Familiar? Because I'm 18 years old, right? Even before you were born, they would say all these things. And they would tell you, in fact, I had the biggest team in this previous network marketing. Familiar? And then when you ask them to start doing WeWay, they will tell you, pwede bang ikaw muna? Okay, pwede bang ikaw yung magbayad ng investment ko? Basta dadalhin ko sa iyo yung mga tao ko. Okay? Is that familiar? So, seeking answers. And in fact, even inside this room, even if you don't understand a lot of things, okay? But can we all give our speakers, all of our speakers, a round of applause today? Even if you're struggling understanding the translation, because it's never 100%. In fact, today you don't have to understand everything. Just find one or two things enough to fire you up for the next 3 months or the next 6 months. Because everything is designed to help us achieve success. And the next two ones, third one, is no cross-lining. No cross-lining. You know what? I fail in a lot of things, but when it comes to cross-lining, I am the best at no cross-lining. Can you all give me a round of applause? I am the best. I can tell you, boss, I am the best in no cross-lining. Okay. Why? Because, for example, Dayan, Jemaang, okay, and cross-lines, we can sit down in events and talk about family, talk about dreams, talk about vision, talk a lot about important things. But when the event is done, our conversation is done. Meaning to say that if you check my email, you check my Instagram, you check my Messenger, you check my Viber, I never talk to cross-lines. Why? Because if there is one thing that I can simply follow, it's no cross-lining. First of all, why would you invest so much time on cross-lines when you can't even invest time in your own teams? It's so ironic to find people who are more friends with their cross-lines than with their uplines or their downlines. See, I'm too busy to entertain and I'm too busy to make connections with cross-lines. Cross-line is, if it's not people from up the line or people from down the line, then that means it is your cross-line. See, a lot of the problems that we have in this business, a lot of the problems that we have in our organization, it all stems because we are too chismosa connecting with our cross-lines, even when they don't have anything to do with our business. So it's like parenting. I am Faith, okay, and Tansut Yam is Tansut Yam. I can never compare how his parents brought him up. I can never compare with that how my mother brought me up. We can never compare our parents. There are no such thing as bad parents or good parents. Why? Because if my mother today is not my mother, I wouldn't be here. So whatever way she brought me up, my job is to always honor my mother. The least that I can do is to stop comparing with my mother with your mother or with your father. So when cross lines come together, the first thing that they do is what? Compare. Compare, right? Hey, you have better upline. Oh, really? No, mine is better actually. Oh, really? So my upline is useless because your upline can give this and that and that and that. And it's so unfair. Because we always look at what the other is lacking and never appreciating on what our leaders are actually giving to us, sacrificing for us. And that is why no cross-lining. You know, a lot of people cross-line because they want to have a sense of metric or gauge with other people. Meaning to say, oh, I'm starting with this person. Okay, this is my metric. Okay, hey, are you now a Diamond 1 star? Not yet eh. Oh, really? Yeah, because it's so hard. You know what? It's really hard. Reway is so hard. Better yet, we quit Reway and do the left way there. Oh, there's a new company there. We are 001. Isn't it? Isn't it? And so when Reway says no cross-lining, when you go to events, say hi, hello, talk a little, be friendly, but understand that your resources and time and your energy cannot be towards your cross lines. It has to be towards your own organization. Now, cross lines are still competition, right? Even if you're all under Jubilee Diamond Team, even if we're all under Diamond Galaxy, even if we're all under Reway International, cross lines are still competition. Would you agree? Yes. But here's the thing. I don't really believe much in competition. I'm so sorry. The competition that I am talking about is the competition where we have to beat each other up in order to say that I am a better leader than you are. The competition that I am talking about, I don't like the kind of competition where people have to do all of these unnecessary things. People have to resort to cheating. People have to resort to destroying other organizations. People have to resort to sinking other people's boats just to prove to themselves that they are better leaders. I don't believe in competition, but I believe in qualifying who to compete with. And who I can compete with, I don't have to be friends with them. Am I right? I can compete with you and look at you from afar. And see, because I have a very high standard in leadership, because I have boss as my standard, I don't really compete with everybody just because you are my crossline. Because I have to respect you first before I can actually treat you as a competition. I have to actually believe in what you're doing first. Tama ba? The strength that you have should be able to reflect the weaknesses that I have. You should be able to impact me to be better. And this is what I believe the definition of what competition should be. It's never just about racing. Racing for what? It's all nonsense. It's not just about beating each other up. It's not just about outshining other people. The true competition that we have are the people who we actually respect from afar because they're doing the business the right way. Fourth and fifth is all about disputes. You know what they say about cracks? The cracks never get smaller. So the fourth crack is money dispute, and the fifth crack is relationship dispute. So money, okay, actually there's a lot of takes on this. But in fact, a lot of the money problems or the money issues that we have inside the organization almost all can be solved if we all had ownership in the business. Ownership. Can you say the word ownership? Meaning to say, if you handle your own money, if you encode your own encodings, if you don't rely on other people, you have complete ownership of your business, then actually there wouldn't be much money dispute. But the money that I want to talk about right now is where to put the money that we earn inside VPay. Is that okay? So that money that we earn, where we put the money that we earn from Freeway is actually a thermometer of our commitment in the business. Can you say the word thermometer? Meaning to say that if you earn so much money from Freeway and now invested in cars, invested in properties, invested in insurances, invested in a lot of things, then that is a thermometer showing that you don't really value this business. But you earn money and you put it back into the people. Find a way to somehow contribute. Find a way to give. A little. Not even, for some of us, not even a little. For some of us, we're willing to empty ourselves for other people. Am I right? Why? Because generosity is also a form of credibility. Credibility, why? For example, JD. JD, James, and our business development. Pwede bang palakpakan natin yung business development? Every time they would ask me out for a meeting, okay, I really like it. Because it's the only time that I don't get to pay for my own meals or for other people's meals. They always pay for what I drink and for what I eat, right? Because that is the culture that is built inside the business development. So when people pay for your meals, actually it's not to impress you. Understand that. When leaders pay for your meal, when people pay for you, it's never to impress you. Oh, I have so much money. No. Malay mo, last 1,000 pesos niya na yun, tapos binuhos niya pa sa'yo. Tama ba? But rather, when people pay for you, pay for your meal, pay for your event, it's to give you and even your family that sense of confidence, that sense of security that, you know what, the money that you have, you can keep it to yourself, or you spend it on other things, I'll take care of you so that you can take care of your own organization. Are you with me? Then the last thing is relationship dispute. And even in the corporate industry, we all know this. Do not touch your neighbor's wife or do not touch your husband's wife. Neighbor's wife, husband's wife, or your... Okay, you get it, right? Sometimes, the best thing that we can do for other people is sometimes to shrug off. What is shrug off? Shrug off is, kunwari may dandruff dito. Huwag mo na sabihin na, uy, ang dami mong dandruff. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is simply, can you please do that to the person seated next to you right now? Huwag ka nang masyadong madaming satsat. Tama ba? Huwag ka nang, kasi the struggles that other people are going through, for example, they already know it. They have money problems, they know it. They have relationship problems, they know it. They have problem with this and that, they already know it. And sometimes the best thing that we can do is to simply allow and trust that this person will eventually learn from it and grow from it. Because when we start to criticize other people, then cracks only get bigger. When we start to criticize, then they will no longer confide in us. They will no longer trust us. Eventually, they will be gone inside the business. So, sometimes the discipline is not disciplining your people. Sometimes the discipline is not just about telling people what to do, what not to do. Sometimes the discipline must come from ourselves. Meaning to say that they're doing a lot of things. No, like what boss said, allow them to fail. Allow them to bump their heads. Allow them to bleed. And when they bleed, you just go with your panyo. And then you trapo-trapo the bleeding. Okay? Naghalo-halo na yun, guys. Okay? Trapuhin lang. And then, let's do it again. Let's do it again. And so, these principles, this is the only principle that I can tell you, you can follow it blindly. To sum these two things up, okay? Respect your downline, praise your upline. These are like golden rules inside multi-level marketing, golden rules inside eBay. Respect your downline, praise your upline. Respect your downline rather, respect your downline. Why? It's because they are not our employees. We don't own them and they don't owe us anything. We have to go beyond our traditional definition of what leadership is. The traditional image of leadership is control and command. Today, real leaders, they don't control people. Real leaders, they don't command people. They influence, and that is how they create organizations and teams down below. It is only through influence. Now, why respect? Why respect downline? Because respect leads to trust, and when people trust us, they are willing to cooperate with us. They are willing to work with us. Praise your upline. Ako, ito medyo mahirap to. There was a time Raymond and I stopped talking for more than a year. Yeah, right, Raymond? More than a year. And I learned from that. I learned it the hard way. The moment you start destroying the image of your upline, you are actually starting to destroy your own organization. Praise your upline. Actually, it's not praise your upline. Honor your upline. Whether you invite them in events or not, that's already up to you. But when we say honor our uplines, meaning to say that we cannot keep on dwelling on what they have done wrong. We cannot keep on dwelling on what they cannot do for us, but understand and realize that every single upline, every single leader that we have can be a source of strength. And that's what it means to praise your upline, to honor your upline. And uplines naman, if you cannot contribute anything, if you cannot treat people right, at least don't do anything wrong. You get me? Kung wala kang i-contribute sa growth at success ng tao mo, at least wag ka na lang magbigay ng dahilan para masira sila. So, respect your downline, praise your upline. You know what? In the process of building our teams, in the process of building our organization, in my past 9 years of doing this business, the fondest memories that I have is whenever I'm with my leaders. The most beautiful memories that I have, the most beautiful moments that I have, is whenever I'm with my leaders. Every time I land on a new country, and you know, sabay-sabay na bumubuka yung mga mata namin, wow, ang ganda dito. Every time we try out a new restaurant, an expensive one, and then I see people beside me and they're like, whoa, thank you for this experience. Whether it's good or bad, all of the strength that I have today, all of the wonderful memories that I have today, it's all comes from people. But the sad thing is that all of the most disheartening moments, all of the moments where you feel the most hurt, all of the moments that you feel the most betrayed, no matter how much you pour into them, all of the heartaches that we have also come from our people. And so how to lead and how to serve when you feel like you're losing more than you are gaining? How do you continue to serve and to lead when you feel like you can't trust anyone around? I have come across this, and is it okay if we read this all together? Sana malaki siya sa screen, no? Okay? The small ones I will read, and the big words you read it yourself. Okay? So, sabay-sabay. Me first. People are unreasonable, illogical, and self-centered. If you do good, people may accuse you of selfish motives. If you are successful, you may win false friends and true enemies. The good that you do today may be forgotten tomorrow. Honesty and transparency may make you vulnerable.
honest and transparent anyway.
When you spend years building, may be destroyed overnight. People who really want help may attack you if you help them. Give the world the best that you have and you may get hurt. Do it anyway, serve people anyway, lead people anyway, give your all anyway. In the hope that along the way, if you keep sowing seeds of leadership and good influence on the lives of people, in the hope that along the way, you will find the right people for you. You will find the right business partners with you. Sometimes it may not be in the very places where you pour yourself so much. Maybe they will come from another direction. Maybe they will come. But whatever good that we do, whatever generosity that we offer, trust that it will always find its way back to you. And so, for the past 9 years, we go back. Leadership is first working on yourself. Before you set out what you are set to do outside, first, it's an inward job. First, it's all about increasing yourself, increasing your value as a person. And after which, when you have value, now you pour value into the lives of the people who surround you. And so, I will show you a video, and I am very grateful for every leader inside Jubilee Diamond Team. This is for you.
This is Apollo Saturn Launch Control, T-minus 3 hours, 4 minutes, 32 seconds and counting. Right on time as far as the astronaut countdown is concerned. The flying crew now departing from their crew quarters. 10, 9, ignition sequence start.
Down 2.5, pick up some dust, take shadow, and step off the limit. That's one small step for man.
Jubilee Diamond Team was found on a vision, on a dream, and that is to help empower every Filipino, wherever they may be. And today, we have found a platform that sets people free, a platform that puts an end to what seems like an endless cycle of lack and poverty, a platform that helps Filipinos achieve real freedom. Today, Filipinos, let us all gather, unite and rise. And let's conquer the world and show them that Filipinos, we are no longer second-class citizens, but rather, we too can become world-class global leaders. Rewave transformed my life. It can change yours too.
Ako po! Ako, hiyabon! Ako man!
Jubilee Diamond Team is not built on one single person. Jubilee Diamond Team is not Faith Ann. Jubilee Diamond Team is built on a foundation of leaders. And please, don't ever think that I am the leader because I'm the smartest or I'm the most capable. In fact, the leaders that I am surrounded, a lot of them smarter than me, a lot of them way more capable than me. But what makes us come together and work towards one vision of soon becoming #1 inside Freeway International. What binds us together is respect, trust, and cooperation. Once again, Jubilee Diamond Team. So, why do we need to become leaders? And why do we need to produce leaders that can produce leaders? Because we want to create so much value. And we want to create value that will not only stop here, but a value that will continue to multiply in the lives of other people. I did not know Boss. When Boss started Freeway International in 2008, I tried to count back. I was just in high school when he started doing this business. But, sorry Boss, 2008, today it's 2025. I am here, you are here, somehow, his vision all brought us together. Once again, Mr. Lim Monhong. And to create this value inside this business, when we talk about value, the ultimate goal for every single individual leader is to achieve the highest rank that a single or individual leader can achieve. And that is to become a Team Elite Pegasus, ideally in 2 years. This is why we need to be able to become a leader, why we need to produce leaders. So how do we become Team Elite Pegasus in 2 years? Is of course, initially, we find people. Initially, at least 6 or 7. Actually, it's not people, but be able to build 6 or 7 lines. How many? 6 or 7 lines. So please understand, it's lines and not exactly people. What we are after is not just a specific person. We're after an entire line. We're after an entire organization. And this is how we create long-lasting business. This is how we create passive income inside this business. Why do I need to emphasize? Because a lot of times, when we're starting to create with, okay? Can you say the word with? With, meaning the people you initially sponsor. A lot of times, sometimes it's not the person that we are personally sponsoring that decides to do the business with us. And so we have to keep an open mind that initially, of course, the first thing is to first create a base of customers. Can you say the word customers? First, we create a base of customers. Why? Because it's not practical to say you look for a leader. It's so impractical to say that. It would be very hard. Because you actually do not know who your leader is going to be. You can identify potential leaders, yes. You know potential leaders. You know people who may have already experienced how it is building a team. But unless they really decide to join and do it with you, that's the only time that they start to become your leader. So first, initially, we look for a base of customers. And out of these customers, out of these people who will believe in the product, who will believe in the vision of Freeway, out of them, then you will start to look for people that you can help develop and groom inside the organization. So, a lot of us, for example, we sponsor A. What happens is that there's a lot of waiting happening. When we sponsor A, we put so much expectation that, oh, I already have sponsored this person will now do the business. And reality would always tell us that that's not always the case. We cannot keep on waiting for people to actually do it. You know, if you allow me, for example, myself, how do I know that a leader is potential leader? Somebody that I can actually invest on, somebody that I can actually start working with. This is what I have observed. That potential leaders, okay, they don't necessarily have to be the rich ones. They don't necessarily have to be the ones with the biggest network. They don't have to be anything at all. But one sign or one symptom, okay, is that potential leaders always immediately act on the opportunity that you inform them. Meaning to say that the moment you do OPP, you know what, more or less you will know if that's a potential leader. Why? Because they will not waste so much time analyzing. They will not waste so much time waiting. They will not waste so much time, they will not be too critical about it. But immediately, the following day, they will call you up, hey, I have gathered 1 friend, 2 friends, 5 friends. Can you help me present to them? Meaning to say, potential leaders, they don't waste so much time. And so, what we need is an entire line, not just one specific person. So, do not stop. We call it dig deep. Can you say the word dig deep? Deep. Okay, maybe it's not B. Okay, try to find somebody else down the line. Maybe it's C. So let us say B has a left and a right. You see potential in C1, and then along the way you realize that if you don't provide anything, he doesn't work at all. So maybe who's more excited in doing it with you is C2. Now you put it aside and try to build C2, and sometimes it's not even C2 yet. Sometimes it's D. A lot of times maybe it's not D yet. Sometimes it's E. It doesn't matter. We have to keep on digging deep down the line until eventually we find E and we find F. And if we find that at least 1 or 2 people or 3 people that we can help develop down the line, we don't have to think anymore about A or B or C. Because what we need, even if we are not directly sponsoring them, what matters is the line. What matters is the sales volume that we can help create together. So one dilemma, okay? One dilemma that I have found is, for example, you have B, and B has a C1 and B has a C2. And a lot of people, a lot of uplines, the way that I have observed, is that they would refuse to help C1 and C2 when they see that B is inactive. They refuse to help both lines when they see that B or A is inactive because they don't want these people earning money passively or earning without doing nothing. Tama ba? Because you feel like it's so unfair. And I have seen a lot of this. You don't want to help because they already seem strong. You don't want to help because if you help, it's the upline who's going to earn development bonus. It's another leader who's going to earn matching bonus. But then again, help anyway. One of the best things that I have learned from James Strong, our general manager, he would always tell me, who are we to say no? Who are we to say no? And so long as there are people down the line who are receptive to us, as long as there are people down the line who are willing to listen, willing to obey, willing to follow, then we show them how it is done. Because when we take care of D, we take care of E, we take care of F, we're actually already taking care of the entire organization. And according to Boss, and I don't know if it's right, if I have heard it right, but to be able to identify if you have a line, okay, that's somehow steady, is that you have to have at least 3 team elites in that particular line. And so, you repeat it in all the other 6 lines, 6 to 7 lines. You only need them to achieve not even Team Elite Pavo, not even Team Elite Pegasus. If you are able to teach them the system, teach them NDO, teach them everything that you know and pass down everything to them. If you teach them how to become at least Diamond 2-star, these 6 or 7 lines, you are a Team Elite Monoceros. And then the following year, you repeat everything again. By the following year, 6 lines and another 6 lines. By the end of 2 years, ideally, this is the most ideal picture, you become a Team Elite Pegasus. Of course, it sounds simple, but it's actually not easy. But if you look at it, Team Elite Pegasus, is it doable? Is it possible? Is it doable? Is it possible? I don't need you to believe. In 2008, June of 2018, rather, 7 or 8 years ago, 100 Team Elite Pegasuses gathered in Ningxia, China. I was invited, but I wasn't there. I feel like that time, Ningxia was too far away. That was 2018. That time, again, there were 100 Team Elite Pegasus inside V-Way International. Today, it's 2025. So from 2018 and 2025, that is how many years? That is 7, roughly 8 years. From 100 Team Elite Pegasus to now over 3,000 Team Elite Pegasus inside V-Way International. So meaning to say that it is doable. It is very much possible. Like what James would always say, if it's just 1 or 2 people achieving it, then it's called a miracle. But if there's few people, hundreds, and now even thousands of people, then definitely there is a concrete, proven, and tested system that can actually allow people to become really, really successful inside V-Way today. But then again, we can never do it by ourselves. We need the foundation of a team. So next, okay, again, 3 principles, okay? While building the first 6 lines and after which building 12 or 13 lines inside the business. Lead the hot line, set aside the cold line, sponsor new lines. All the time. You do it again and again and again. It's going to be a system of leading hot lines, of setting aside cold lines, and sponsoring new lines. Why? Why do we need to do this? Because as leaders, we are limited. Can you say the word limited? Meaning to say that we cannot expect, we have to accept the fact that we cannot help everybody. No matter how good you are, no matter how excellent you are, when I was just starting doing this business, this is what happened. Because I was so eager, I was so willing to help everybody. Because I thought that by going around all the time, that by doing events all the time, that by showing them every time, I thought that if I do all of these things, I do all of this, in the hope that they will learn from me, in the hope that they will follow me, I thought I was doing right. And then James would always tell me, why you keep flying around all the time? And then I would tell James, I'm in Davao now, I go to Butuan the next day, I go to Jensen the next day, I go to Cagayan de Oro, Cebu, Iloilo, I go to Manila the next day, because in the hope that by emptying myself, money-wise, physical strength, knowledge and everything, I thought that by doing everything for people, I thought I was creating an organization. But in fact, what happened was that my team collapsed eventually because it became a revolving door. Meaning to say, I am here now in Davao, I do OPP, I give the best that I can, I do NDO, hoping that others will follow me, that everybody will follow me. And so I fly to Butuan, I do everything, I give my best, I fly to Cagayan, I give everything, I am omnipotent. Omnipresent rather. I was everywhere the whole time. But every time I go back, there was nobody left. There was nobody left. Why? Because I thought that by being with them, doing things for them, I thought I was creating leaders. But in fact, people were only there because they are able to create profit. And then when I'm gone, when there's no more OPP, when there's no more event, when there's no testimonial events, they're also gone. Because they're also there when they want to earn something. So, lead the hot line. It means set aside code lines and sponsor new lines. It means to say that 2 things. Number 1, we have to accept the fact that we cannot help everybody. Number 2, because we need to accept the fact that we cannot expect the same exact results from every single individual inside our own organization. Because if you expect that every single person will do the same, it's like expecting a fish to climb the tree, expecting a bird to swim in the ocean. So we cannot expect the same thing for everybody in the same way that we cannot spread ourselves too thinly. But rather, first identify who is the hotlines. Who is the hotline rather? Who is the most excited? Who is the most receptive? Who is the most willing? Because daig ng taong excited, daig ng taong punong-puno ng energy, yung taong masyadong maraming alam, masyadong maraming kilala, but no desire to grow in the business at all. Are we following? Again, it's better to look for the person who has all the energy and the excitement and have very few resources than to work with someone who has all the resources and who has all the network, all the knowledge, but zero desire to grow in the business. So, lead the hotlines. Just because this line is getting stronger, this was also my mistake. You know, I thought that because this line is very strong, now I can just simply put them aside because anyway they're strong, anyway there's so much sales volume coming. So I thought that was my license to take care of the rest and neglect because this is strong anyway. And you know what? A lot of times, I have seen it a lot of times, that the people we think are the strongest, the lines that we think are the strongest now, if we don't take care of them, eventually they will collapse like ground zero. So just because they are strong doesn't mean that we stop. In fact, the more that they grow, the more that we have to be with them. Because the more people come, the more problems arise. That's what I have learned. Secondly, is to set the cold ones aside. Very easy. Because we cannot, Raymond would always tell us, we cannot force people to marry us. If they don't want, you cannot force yourself into them. Am I right? So if they're feeling cold, no desire at all, no excitement, no energy, of course, every now and then you check on them. I'm not saying put them aside entirely, neglect them. What we're saying is we cannot put the same amount of energy and resources into people who are not willing to work with us. Especially with people who don't have goals inside the business. So we have to identify people with goals. And our time, energy, and resources go to people who have goals, go to people who are willing to create results, and put aside first the cold lines. Because eventually, when you have a model line, eventually when you create so much success in this particular team, you create your credibility as a leader. And once your credibility as a leader increases, your integrity as a leader increases, the code lines, they will have no choice but to come to you eventually. Because now they will realize, oh, we need to work together. Am I right? And the last one is sponsor new lines. This is also a very common mistake. After hitting Team Elite Pegasus, I got too busy running around and taking care of everybody that I forgot to go back to the basic, and that is to skip on sponsoring new lines. So a lot of us, we are stagnant. A lot of the Pavos here have been Pavos for 5 years now, 10 years now. And it's not because we are not earning. It's not because we have small teams. It's because we are too lazy to sponsor new people. We feel like now that we are so successful, we feel like we are already above all of these things. You don't want to do OPP anymore. I am already a Team Elite Pegasus. I can't do OPP anymore. I am above that. Right? So, but then this is what Viway teaches us. And the most successful person you will find inside Viway are still the most hard-working people inside Viway. And those are the people seated in front. They lead hotlines, they set aside code lines, and they sponsor new lines. But then again, we go back. Who are we to say no? So long as people reach out to us, so long as people ask for help, we are always there, willing to help. So to end this, because we all are here to achieve success. Am I right? So initially in Viway, success looks like this at the start. So that is me next to my mother. And if you really look into those photos, And if you are still not convinced that three-way is good, then I don't know what else will convince you. Okay? You see, that is the before, and this is the after. Three-way is a place that turned ugly ducklings into beautiful swans. So initially, again, success is all about creating your own value. Initially, success is about creating your own success. Initially, success is working on yourself. Why? Because you can never give to others what you do not have. We cannot value people if we ourselves are not people of value. So a lot of people, they try to increase their income, failing to increase their value first. So the first thing that we must increase is first our value, the kind of people that we are. And then our income will follow. And then our team will follow. Because today, if you skip creating value, even if I give you $1 million today, I don't have that. Even if I give you tens of thousands today, if I give you the following day you will still go back to being poor. The following day you will still lose everybody in your organization. Because you are not in the position to grow it and nurture it. So before we ask for a very, very big income, before we ask and pray for a very, very big organization, first we must look within. Do I have what it takes to earn $1 million? Do I have what it takes? Do I have what it takes to really deserve people in my organization? Because if you are not in the position, if you do not have the value and the capability and the skills, overnight, you still can lose everything. They say that today, if we gather all the money in the world, and then we distribute it to the over 7 billion people in the planet, they say that within 24 hours, the money that we have gathered and distributed to 7 billion people will still go back to the very few people who first held them. Because success is not something that you can simply chase. Success is who you are as a person. The team that you can create is who you are as a person. If you are a cheater, you will be surrounded by cheaters. If you are a person of value, you will be surrounded by people of value. If you are surrounded, if you yourself, you are only here simply to earn money, your organization will be filled with people who will immediately leave when they're having a hard time doing the business. But today, if there is one thing that I can promise you, Jubilee Diamond Team, actually I cannot promise you anything. Because even marriage vows that are made before God are still broken, right? So I will not promise you anything. But this is the question that I want to ask you now. Today, can I see the hands of the single people inside the house? Single, unmarried, okay? Today, if someone courts you and tell you, hey, I want to be with you. I will give you the world. Let's do it overnight. Would you want to be with them? Huh? Sure? How about if it's, give me an actor. How about if it's, How about if it's Piolo Pascual? No. It has to be someone that even boss knows. How about
Brad Pitt.
Tom Cruise? Tom Cruise, yes. If Tom Cruise now goes to you and offer you the world, hey, I will give you everything. I will love you. I will take care of you. But only for 6 months. Would you say yes to Tom Cruise? Really? Tom Cruise, Tom Cruise, I will give you the world. I will love you. I will take care of you. But only for 6 months. Would you go? Of course, you say no. But behind, of course, you will say yes, right? But the thing is that I cannot promise you anything. Because I don't want you to chase after me. But one thing that I can guarantee you is that my leadership and Jubilee Diamond Team leadership, we only have one goal, and that is to last for as long as we can. And because we want to last for as long as we can, naturally, We will try our very best to take care of each other. We will try our very best to respect and trust each other, to give our best, right? So I cannot promise you anything except that my goal and Jubilee Diamond goal, this is our vision, that one day soon, when Reway is #1 in the whole world, #1 multi-level marketing company, that Jubilee Diamond team is standing right next to Mr. Lim Bon Hong, standing right next to Dato Kenny, standing right next to Reway International. This is the goal. And along the way, it's not perfect. In fact, it's never going to be perfect. Along the way, there will be a lot of pains. Along the way, there will be a lot of pain. Along the way, there will be a lot of losses. These are the Team Elite Mega Success for now of Jubilee Diamond Team. In the past 7-8 years, we have lost 2 people in the organization. Tita Menchi and Tita Jean. But this is also what success and leadership look like inside Reway International. That when you have value and it multiplies, your legacy and your value can still stay even after you're gone. Because now, after Tita Menchi, now we have Chai Chai, and after Tita Jean, now we have Mary Jean Acabal. And this is what success looks like inside Reway International. It's something that can last from generation to generation. It can change your life. So create a team and put the emphasis on the right things. Put the emphasis on your value so that you can also add value to people. This is my sharing mine. Gagabi sa and thank you everyone.